Alright, hello. Yes. So, this will be like a short thing about how I built the Forbidden Rite totem. I will paste the pedal building link for anybody interested to see the pedal building. So, as you can already see, I went a bit different route with the Forbidden Rite totems. First of all, as soon as I saw like I reached over 10 million single target DPS, I was like, whoa, okay, no more, thank you. And I just started tanking the build as much as possible. Now I'm still not happy. I'm still gonna, well, maybe I don't know if I'll invest more into the build. I still want to improve more with the defenses. But yeah, that's first thing, because like 10 million shaper DPS is just enough for anything. Like I've done feared, I've done just about anything boss wise, and like going more than 10 is just not really necessary. Not to mention because it's like a totem build, so the damage is applied constantly. It's not like with some melee build where half the time you're not doing any damage because you have to dodge and move around or whatever. The totems just fire relentlessly, so it's like it's just insane the damage this does to bosses. And really, more than 10, I was like, nah, I'm okay. So yeah. So the first obvious difference is the whirling blades, right? There is a very important reason why whirling blades, and that is because shield charge is hands down the worst possible movement skill in this game. It is so bad. Like, you're just like a drunken fucking geezer hitting every single wall on the map. And also, if you put your cursor too close to your character, it's like just gonna attack in place instead of dash. It's just so bad. I don't understand why would anybody use it. So I'm using whirling blades. It's just so much better. It's quicker. Like it's super easy to get used to as well. So the only difference between whirling blades and shield charger is you have to use a rune dagger. There's not really much of a difference from a wand and a rune dagger. You have to use essences to craft cast speed though, because it doesn't have it by default. But other than that, it's just pretty much the same. You cannot get projectile speed, which you can get on a wand, I believe. And projectile speed is really good for Forbidden Rite. So, yeah, dagger. It's good, right? All right. Come, I need the money. Full wound. Yeah, come on. Goodbye. Alright. So, whirling blades, obviously with faster attacks. We have life gain on hit support, and obviously fortify, right? So life gain on hit is pretty nice. It's not like anything special, but it helps you regenerate some life just by whirling around. We're gonna put the no life regeneration unique just to show you. Because it's actually a pretty decent amount of life that you can recover with that. So I'm just gonna damage myself a bit and show you. So as you can see, like every pack we go through, we get about 300 life, sometimes more, sometimes less. It depends how big the pack is, how many enemies you hit at once. You can kind of pretty fast. I mean, get pretty decent, life sustain from that. Let me just damage myself again. Let me see. 3.3, 3.7. So we got 500 almost from that. 400 actually. This is 200. Oh, almost 5. Almost 5 again. So as you can see, it's pretty good. Let me just get this back in. So we have life region. Alright, so that's the reason for life gain of hit, because like there's a free socket there, and I just wanted to kind of put something that would be nice. It's pretty good if you like whirl into an enemy pack and you're like, oh shit, I gotta whirl out, and it kind of heals you on the way on the whirl, right? So it's kind of nice to get a bit of extra healing from that. So yeah, life gain on hit, and life gain on hit would work much better on shield charge, because shield charge hits multiple times during the travel, I believe. I'm not sure actually. So yeah, there you have it. That's a pretty good thing to socket in your movement setup. Right. Next, I'm not, I mean, you probably noticed, but I'm not mind over matter. There are several reasons why. First, I think it doesn't really make any sense unless you want to kind of stay, you know, on high DPS and not much investment. I don't know. Just because it's like, you know, the mind over matter just gives you bigger life pool, but you're not scaling any damage with it. Like, we're not an Archmage build, so it's like, why, you know? Because it also, like, when you want to upgrade the build later on, pretty much every gear you have to do is you have to also get a mana roll on it, and you have to invest more on mana stuff on the tree. I felt like mind over matter would just complicate things for itemization. So yeah, I went without it, and also without mind over matter you can get a lot more auras in. You don't have to get you know, get that unique ring, which would, you know, it's just better to have less uniques to kind of block the build up, right? So yeah, I'm using Vitality for life region, 0-3 Arctic armor so I can be frozen, and also I have the anomalous, so I have 20% chance to freeze enemies when they hit me, and Defiance Banner for a bit more armor. Okay. Oh yeah, you can also place Defiance Banner, but I always forget to do so, to get 15% less damage for the duration, which is 10 seconds, which is kind of nice. I mean, it would be nice if I ever remember to use it, but I don't. So yeah. So that's it for that. The flasks. So I'm having Leech as life because there is no source of Leech on this character, so I feel like that's just kind of nice to have another source of life regen through Leech. So whenever somebody hits us, we leech some of the damage back, which is kind of nice. You know, the Crate Diamond Flask, I use a Granite to get some armor up, and I use a Taste of Hate. The Taste of Hate, the only reason I'm using this is physical damage taken as cold damage. This is basically almost, what is it called, the flask that they nerfed completely, or I mean changed completely. The, you know, the one that gave 15%, there it is, the Basalt, right? So this is just basically, you know, slightly weaker version of Basalt, right? Because Basalt will just give you 15% additional fizz damage reduction. This instead shifts it into cold, so it's still good for big hits. And you also got 20% less cold damage taken, so it's good for like Maven and Elder and Shaper, because they all do just cold damage. So yeah, pretty good. Right, now talking about armor and tankiness, right? So we have just 2,500, but that goes to 6 with the Granite, and with the totems goes up to 8,000. So it's not terribly bad. I would like to get this to at least like 10,000 or 15, like 10 to 15,000 armor. Just because when I like, when there's like a lot of enemies and they start shitting on you, if you accidentally whirl into a pack or some shit, just to not like get deaded instantly. Armor really helps for that, for like small hit mitigations. What else? We also have on the helmet physical damage from hits taken as fire, for more physical mitigation. I'm using a replica Siri for a bunch of life regen. We have a shit ton of life regen. We have 850, but as soon as we get our totems up, right, we can put it 2 extra, 1500. And also, if you were to also have Conk Ground, this will go to 2000. But unfortunately, the Zealot tree does not work for totems. They cannot create consecutive ground. So yeah, that's kind of a shame though, because that would be really nice if they could. But yeah, I'm also kind of thinking if I could somehow get some consecrated ground into the build, but I don't know how. And the flask is kind of not that good, the sulfur flask, because you just generally walk out of the range, because it's like a very small spot on the ground, and you don't want to be stationary, so it's kind of... I don't want to use that, so yeah. Curse effect. We have 2 Shaper Rings for reduced effect of curses, so they're both with the caster catalyst. You can get them both to 40%, and the last 20% is settled here on Soul of Yugal, giving us 100% reduced effect of curses. So all the curses we self-curse, right, doesn't really affect us whatsoever. And yeah, that just makes us pretty tanky, right? I also put a little pride here to get another 5% physical taken as fire. So this with the helmet should actually be better, right? But with this, currently with the helmet, this is 10%. With this, it's about 35% of physical to element. And it just helps with bigger hits, right? And also the 4 endurance charges also help quite a bit. So it just feels nice. It feels nice and tanky. Let me actually show you a map or something. I should have prepared something in advance, but I'll just do it quickly. Yeah. Alright. Oh, so there's also a few mods you generally just want to avoid if you want to like level up on this build and get experience while mapping and not die all the time. I think I have some bazaars. Oh yeah, let's just get that. Okay, let's not check that. Alright. So the few things I roll, right, are crit multi, cannot regenerate life, and recovery of life. So those 3 mods I will reroll, and that's about it. Just because like those are the mods that will just generally get you killed. I think there's maybe a few other mods that are a bit annoying, but overall it's kinda okay. Alright, let's get Metamorph. What is it? Yeah, I wanna get some Blights. We're gonna get some Blights. Not very fast at this. Okay, Breaches and Scarabs, right? Alright. So let's just go through one map for showcase. Alright. Yeah, and also I don't do the thing where I just leave the totem and, you know, move away. Because that kind generally, and like I like to see them die. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like. I just like to see them die. Give me that. Now we have an abyss here. Push. Have those Lyra Artane breach stuff. A lot of rares. Alright. Let's do this as well. Alright. Oh. Yep. I'll take. Oh wait. An abyss here. Wait, where did it go? Alright. give me whatever. Can I click on this or what? Else. Come on, map. Alright, that's it. Oh wait, Metamorph. Alright. Alright. And there you go. That's the map showcase. Nothing too frisky. Alright. So yeah, that's my way of the Forbbiden totems. If you have any questions or whatever, you can leave a comment. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.